We are now in a different town, because sometimes we have to go from town to town to get to where we need to go. I mean, I guess we could have stayed there in Wichita, but we like to go on our drives, you know, go to different places. And me and Jenica, our drive is really important to us because it gives us time to talk, and it's really where we do a lot of our planning for as a family. Like, well, within our marriage, a lot of our planning is done. A lot of our getting in sync with each other is done while we do drives. So Kansas is kind of like the perfect place to do that. Um, at least where we live, because like all the like big stores are essentially an hour in any direction, literally west, east, north, south. It's an hour. We can do some things like in town and in our neighboring towns, but different Fullers here. There you are. Here I am. So anyway, it works out pretty well. We do a lot of like stuff in town, like when we can, to help support the local businesses and stuff like that. But yep, there you are. I'm here. You are there. So, what's today? It's Thursday. We're getting so close to General Conference, I can't hardly stand it. Oh, Devin. Um, I don't have anything to talk about, but I'm still going to do this. So, if you have anything to talk about, just go ahead and do it. Oh, Danny Miller is also here. Very good. I don't think I recognize Danny. I don't think I... Wait, Devin Miller? I don't know. There's so many. There's so many of you. There's some people... It's so weird. Like, there's some people that, like, really stand out. I recognize, like, their profile pictures and their names. And other people, not so much. It's just... I don't understand how my brain works. Why I remember some people and I don't remember others. Oh, what are you guys doing tonight? What should we talk about? Did you watch my videos? It seems like a lot of people are enjoying these Hannah Stoddard interviews, and I've enjoyed it myself. She's very knowledgeable. She's done a lot of research, and so, as far as I can tell, we're just going to keep doing Hannah Stoddard interviews. Me, Troy, Hannah. There have been like other LDS YouTubers I've reached out to. Some of those plans fell through. Other people just haven't responded, which I get it. Let's see. Danny Miller, counting my freedom seeds and about to swap food in my freeze dryer. Cool. You know, one thing that we're needing to get is a freezer for like when we process our... We're going to process at least one of our steers for meat. And then probably sell the other one. But we need to get a freezer. And before that, we have to get, you know, ideally a truck and a trailer so we can take the steer to go get processed. So either that or we'll have to rely on like a neighbor or somebody to do it for us, but I'd rather not do that. And living out here in the country, I just need to do it at some point. Gotta have a truck. I'm thinking that we might get like a Tahoe for now, like not a pickup truck, but maybe a Tahoe, and then get a trailer for our cattle so we can move them around. Because up until now, all we've had is just the van, and that's how we like go pick up our cows, our calves anyway. MD, look for a mobile butcher device. Well, I didn't even know that those things that existed. You know what would be really helpful though is to have a scale for cattle, because like there's a way that you can like measure them with like a measuring tape at certain points on their body, and then like get an estimate about how heavy they are. because that's usually what people want to know when you're selling them. But I don't know if we just don't do it right or if it's kind of off. But I don't know. I would like to know for sure how much my cattle weigh. Sarah Cook is here. Hello. Danny Miller. What I was gonna say. Well, I guess I'll have to look into that. A mobile but so like what you use it like you do the butchering yourself using the mobile butcher device. I don't know if I can do that. Maybe. I mean, I've processed chickens so far. We've done a bunch of those. We were going to do a turkey, but then we just sold our turkeys. MD, they come to your place. It's a business. Oh, really? Oh, that's good to know. I'm gonna have to look into that. That's awesome. Okay, Green Tree. Jared, what is your opinion on the newest video posted by Quick Media and masculinity in the church? I don't know. I saw it pop up in my feed, but I haven't watched it. I really don't have very much time to watch other YouTube channels because I'm like spending so much time producing my own. But Green Tree, you'll be happy to know, wasn't it you that wanted me to watch the uh what's that guy's name? I can't remember his first name, but his last name is Philpott or something like that. I'm starting to watch like one of his things where he's like comparing the Jewish kings to U.S. presidents. Isn't that what you wanted me to watch, Green Tree? Danny Miller. They have a rig. They hang the cow at your place and process it. That's really good to know. I still feel like I should get a truck and a trailer. It'd just be nice to have, but that's really good to know. Thank you, Danny Miller and MD. Sherry Ware, hi from Vegas. Hello. Green Tree says yes. And Philpott. Green Tree, I was talking about him a little bit in the last live stream that I did. And I'm going through that one presentation of his, the one that's like 4 hours long. He's talking about, the similarity between Utah and Israel. And then the line of Jewish kings and then U.S. presidents. And so far I like it, but I'm only about like somewhere between like maybe 35 to 40% through the video. And so far it sounds pretty good, but I don't know what else he's going to talk about. And I was talking about it in the last live stream. I'm not so sure about what he said about Revelation 12, because he was saying that the dragon casting out the dragon with his tail dragging stars out of heaven, that in the book of Revelation that wasn't talking about the pre-existence, whereas in the Doctrine and Covenants that is talking about the pre-existence. And I don't think that that's right, but I don't know. I mean, I'm going to continue doing the book of Revelation because I've been doing this series of like going through, these chapters and then looking and seeing what it says in the seminary the Institute manual. So we'll get to that chapter, but that's my only thing. But so far he seems pretty good. MD, I've watched a couple of them and we'll see a presentation in 2 weeks. All right, cool. The haystack, I saw that on Quick. I feel like it's not the church's job to give us every program. We can work within our wards to fit the needs. Yeah, I don't even know what you guys are talking about. If you want, fill me in. If not, then I'll just have to watch it myself. Sarah Cook, just finished a long day of work, now settling into some little house on the prairie. Oh, cool. Like you're gonna be watching Little House on the Prairie? The house in that movie, it's like over here somewhere in Kansas. We drove by it. At some point we'll probably go do the tour or go look at it. I've actually never watched Little House on the Prairie though. I'm not sure why. Oh, there's Jenica. Gotta pop the trunk for her. The haystack, I like Philpott. There's some things that are a stretch, but I haven't put in the specific study he has. Yeah, I feel like with some of what he said, I like if I was going to verify it, it would take probably a lot of work. But nothing sounds like really that off or like, too far out there. Nothing too fringy from him. MD, I agree with Haystack that some things I agree with and some other things I don't necessarily agree with. Yeah. And I mean, that's always how it's going to be, right? With anybody that you watch, whether it's me, whether it's him, whether it's whoever, because none of us really has like all the truth about all the different things. Sarah Cook says, "Oh, it's so good, clean for relaxing." I'll tell you this. I'm sure that you're getting the same effect that I get when I watch Westerns. Um, Hulu, I haven't had Hulu for a while, but we were paying for their live TV service, and it opened up a pretty good collection of like Westerns. And there was a time just a couple of years ago when I was having a really rough time, and those Westerns like saved me mentally because they took me to another place. It was escapism, and they were just like they were clean and oddly very interesting because my view of Westerns before that point, I didn't really care about them. I was just like, I thought it was kind of boring, really. But then the stories are just like so interesting, and oh gosh, I love Westerns. I love them. So I'm sure that you'd probably get somewhat the same effect watching Little House on the Prairie. MD says, I think his timeline might be a little on the long side. I think things are happening a little quicker than 10 years. Oh, I haven't gotten to that part yet. But Becca, your Westerns ate my Korean dramas. Laugh out loud. Oh, like they ain't? Or was that like a typo? Or the Westerns ate your Korean dramas? Oh, it says, okay, so she corrected it. Your Westerns are my Korean dramas. Oh, cool. Well, good. You gotta have your own thing that just relaxes you. Sarah Cook, I needed something to binge on every once in a while, but no crap in it. Yeah, that's basically impossible to find nowadays. You have to rely on old movies and TV series and stuff, unfortunately. But that's not always a bad thing. Sarah Cook, it's more adorable family life than anything. Ow, my shoulder for some reason. Ow. MD, I've been inspired to make specific preparations for about a decade. Many things I was warned about has already come to pass. My experience is if you feel a prompting to do something, you should. Yes, that is true. That is true, with the exception, like I said, if you have mental illness, and I'm not implying that you do or anybody, but some people, they really do, and they need to, that's a completely separate issue. I bring that up because I have people I'm related to that essentially deal with that. And so I see the reality of that side. But yeah, always follow the spirit. Yes. MD, you may not know why you feel you should do something, but it'll be good to do anyway. Yeah, I agree. I don't know if you've heard my story. I'm not going to tell the entire thing, but my plan and our plan was for me to go to school, go into accounting, go to the University of Utah, stay in Utah, get into a nice home. Back then our ideal was to, move into a nice new development, with an HOA. But I had promptings to go against conventional wisdom, which brought me to do aircraft dispatch. I changed my program, did aircraft dispatch, got my license, couldn't find a job, was prompted to join the military, which I thought before that was just such a dumb idea. Like, it was just like, no, there's other people to do that. But I did that. It just like this whole long line of events, prompting after prompting after prompting, that brought me to this point to where this would not have been achievable doing what I was trying to do. It just, for me personally, I'm very happy with how things have turned out, and it's because the Lord sees the big picture, you know, and He can make the most use out of you if you allow Him to. Green Tree, Jared, have you watched the 2 videos about the timeline on DNC 45 posted by the channel Clarity Expounded? Troy interviewed him. It was really interesting. No, I haven't. For right now, I'm working on the Philpot video, and it's probably going to take me like a week potentially to get through it whenever I can squeeze it in. Lisa Fern, reminder to like, smiley face. Oh, thanks. Yeah, everyone like, if you don't mind. I hear that it helps with the algorithm, so hold on for a second. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to go. Shoot, I wanted this to go longer, but we have to do something. So, all right, guys, take care. Have a good